I have a lot of dreams about her. Now, when I dream about her, she's just kind of in the background, sitting around, hanging out, doing whatever.
Actually, I had one dream right, real soon afterwards, and it was kind of comical because I was in the stream and I walk up to sort of like this little patio area and all these people are sitting, and Sally's there and she's wearing a really pretty dress, and so I go up to her and I go, oh, is that what you wore to the funeral? And she just gives me this look like I'm so stupid, and I'm like, oh right, and it was really funny. Like in my dream, it was really funny.
The first dream that I had with her, I was in a grocery mart and the death van had rolled up. The death van drove up to the front door and she got out and she was just real nonchalant and she was just like, oh, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I was just, freaking out. And then we hung out and she told me like what was going to happen in my life in like the next, 6 months, she said. And, so far, I mean, like it wasn't anything profound, and it was probably like 2-3 days after she died, and I was in Seattle, and I had a dream that I was in downtown Yellow Springs, and the pop machines were still pushed up against the edge of the steps at Weaver's, and there was that little hole beside them, and we all used to sit back in that hole, and I walked up, and Sarah was standing there, and Sally was standing there, and I realized, like, oh, it's Sally, yay. And I ran up and I gave her a hug, and I could feel her. And she felt just like she used to.
I had a dream that she was telling, people in the afterlife, heaven. In this dream it was heaven, although I don't know how I feel about that. She was telling other people who were dead, my secrets. And I was like, no, you can't. Even if they're dead, you still can't tell them.
We're in the forest, and there's a little table, and Arlene is there, and me, and Sally, and I know that Sally is dead, and she's telling me she's really mad, and like nothing I can say is helping, and that's the only dream I've had.
We were all driving in a car in the country, and then we hit a deer, and we stopped at this like country house, and we're all like in a hot tub, I think, and then this guy comes out with a gun and starts shooting deers, and that's what I remember from the dream.
It's not like anything extraordinary for her to see us. Like we're like, hey, and she's like, oh, hi. It was just like, it's like she's seen us like the entire time, like she hasn't even been gone. And, but in my dream, it took me forever to realize that she was back, or actually that she had died in the first place. Like I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you're not supposed to be here, because in my dream we were like in this gas station, and just talking, and I was asking her about where she was, and she was telling me about it. I don't really remember what she said. She said it was good. She didn't say it was great. She said it was good, and she had all these little Polaroids, and that she had taken of the place. And I'm like, oh well, let me see them. And I look at them, but when I see them, they're postcards, and they're just postcards of like nothing special. They're not pictures anymore when I see them. And then I ask her how to get there, and she tells me, but I don't remember what she says. And then she crawls back in this little drawer, and the drawer shuts, and she's gone. And I wake up.
This is the really weird one, because I went in and it was just like a house on our planet. Everything was like 3-dimensional. And then I open up this door and there's like Sally, and she's taking me through like the 4th dimension of this house, where everything's like whatever energy and everything is just like on a different plane. And she was telling me what death was like, and she said that it was like your stream of consciousness was pretty much like similar to when you dream, how everything will be just right there and really like alive and happening, and then it'll just shoot back out. And then she led me up into this room where all these kids were taking this test, and then like I go up there and there's like she steals the answer sheet for me, and then we go back down and it's like the test on how to get into heaven. So like I woke up and I freaked out and I thought that I was like whatever.